Well, let's take a deep dive into those areas that you mentioned. The first one was the LinkedIn profile. For me, right now it's a set it and forget it thing, which I suspect is probably wrong. I'm missing the boat, missing the train here. I love on my Facebook profile more than I do on my LinkedIn. So can you take a deep dive, tell us some stories, and tell us what is the profile, what's its purpose, and how it can be leveraged?
So let me give you a couple tips, and then I'll tell you a story. How's that?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Tip number 1, build out your contact information. I mean, there are a bunch of fields on LinkedIn, and hopefully you can see my screen. There's a bunch of fields on LinkedIn that you can, in your contact information. Come on, I clicked on you, baby doll. Click on me. And you can build this out. People who leave this naked, that's fair to say?
Yeah.
Or lose it out. Because when people go to your LinkedIn profile, they can see, first of all, they can get your direct URL. They can see your websites. They can see your Twitter and your birthday. But those you connect with can see your phone number and your email address. More often than not, people leave this naked. And that's a huge missed opportunity. Stuart, I rant and rave about this, and I would wager you'll adopt this philosophy and maybe in this edict. Those of us who are accessible are going to be more successful.
I like it.
You can use that 3 times.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, but here's what you got to do. You got to say, as my buddy Teddy says, 3 times. The 4th time you can say, as I've always said. You don't need to equate me. It's all you, buddy. Yeah, that's number 1. You got to build out your contact information and make yourself accessible. Let me give you another tip. Another tip about your profile. Relevance. Everything you put in this thing, everything you write has to be relevant to who you are and what you do today. Focused on your target audience, telling them who you are and what you do. Too often people look at people's profiles and you look at their previous roles. They go, oh my God, I worked for this company. It was the coolest company ever. You should see the crap I did back then. It was absolutely fantastic. I delivered caskets just in time in the afternoon. I picked up trash in the morning. By the way, true story. Okay? True story. Delivered caskets in the afternoon, picked up trash in the morning. There were 2 different trucks, by the way. You never mix them up. But people put on their profile, they don't have any relevance. They just put stuff. They think it's their resume. That's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So number 1, everything on there has to be relevant to who you are and what you do today. Here's one more tip. Everything you put on your LinkedIn profile has to be focused to your target audience, or what Teddy calls your most important viewer. Everything needs to be focused to your target audience, your most important viewer. If you're just putting it out there for the world to see and for everybody to read, you fail. You've got to focus it to your target audience. When you focus your content, your keywords to your target audience, that is how you create massive value with the LinkedIn profile. So now let me give you a story. Here, I'll show you. I mean, I've got lots of stories, but let me show you one that I can absolutely show you that I am very, very proud of, and I am no different than anybody else. No different than anybody else, other than the fact I've spent the time and the effort. No dollars. I'm poor, man. No dollars. Okay. And I built my LinkedIn profile so that when you do a Google search globally, you look for these words. Come on, fingers. You got to type it right, Teddy. I'm hoping I don't embarrass myself. I built out the LinkedIn profile so that globally, when you do a Google search, out of 218 million results,
oh boy,
I'm on the top. Okay,
that's impressive.
Out of 218 millions, I'm highlighted over here in this card section that that Google puts out there. Okay, my biggest competitors, they're out there, but they're on the bottom. Okay. So that's one of the stories I tell people day in and day out. When you build your profile effectively, you can, in fact, show up in a higher level search than anybody else. And I have lots of clients who tell me that, Teddy, I built my profile out. And Javier, I built my no, it wasn't Javier. I can't remember the guy's name. I just talked to him a week ago. He built his profile out, and someone messaged him and said, "Oh my God, let's talk." Because they read the guy's content and it clearly said, "I can help you."
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of stuff that we teach in the mastermind group. These are the kinds of things. This is a very small sampling of the way we help people build their LinkedIn profile purposely, focus on their target audience, keyword rich, so that when people look at it, they're not confused and they clearly understand, that's that Stuart dude. He's the guy to talk to. This is what we teach in the mastermind group, and this is why I'm doing this group.
Right. So there's no ambivalence. They know exactly who you are, what you do, what you're good for, if you can help them or not. I really love how you've made it very specific, distinct.